Plagiocephaly, or flatheadedness, is a condition in which one side of the skull is flatter than the other. Different theories exist as to why this may actually happen in an infant. One theory that exists is that when a baby is in a mother's womb, he or she may be laying for 9+ months with their head in a crooked position, thus placing pressure on one side of the skull that's uneven compared to the other side. Another theory that exists is with the back to sleep program. We have more infants sleeping on their back, so they're not able to turn their head. They lay in one position at night, and that puts a lot of pressure on their neck or their skull. Other theories kind of along that same line are when we leave our children in a seated position, such as in a car seat, or if they're in a swing, that too will put pressure on their skull if they're laying on one side. Chiropractically, I like to think that when a child is in the womb or through the birth process, a lot of pressure is put on their spine. So if a baby is born vaginally, and especially if a baby is born via forceps, or if there's a vacuum used, born via C-section, a lot of pressure is put on that baby's spine, whether it be the forceps, the vacuum. The doctor has to pull on the baby's neck to get that baby out of the birth canal. So you might say, well, why does it matter? Well, if we look at all the force that is applied to the baby's head, potentially what happens is that bone in the spine is moved out of place. And this is what we call a subluxation. So subluxation is when a vertebra is misplaced, it's moved out of place, and that results in a lack of motion in the spine. So oftentimes what I see with kids that come in with plagiocephaly is that somewhere in their neck, they're not able to move their neck like they should be. Why does that matter? Well, let's say if my neck is turned this way and I can't move it, and I lay in my crib, or I'm laying in a car seat or in a swing, all of a sudden I'm going to get that flatheadedness on one side because I'm not able to turn my head to one side versus the other. What I do as a chiropractor is I move those bones back into place through a very simple, effective, and soft adjustment where that bone is, that vertebra is put back into place, thus allowing the child to move his or her neck. When that motion is put back in the joint and they're able to move that their neck like they should be, all of a sudden the bones can go back where they should be. We see that the skull starts to get a nice, pretty round shape. And that's through chiropractic adjustments. Chiropractic adjustments are a very safe and effective way to treat plagiocephaly and to get rid of the subluxation that's causing the problem. All the other things I talked about, such as laying the baby on their back for decreased amounts of time, or even doing the helmet for the molding, they'll help the neck maybe look better, the head look better, but it doesn't get rid of the cause. As a chiropractor, I get rid of the cause of the problem, which is the subluxation. I highly recommend that you have your children check for subluxations, even if plagiocephaly doesn't seem to be a problem at this time.